Are you attached to labels? How do you feel if I put a label on you like that? Would you feel angry, offended, sad, at war, maybe, wanted to fight with me? Or how do you feel if we remove a label from you, like your nationality, your name? Let's go deeper today. My name is Sabine and I'm happy to see all of you today. I will start to do much more video in the future, especially on subjects like this one. Let's start from the beginning, when I was born. Yes, like you. We all land here on Earth with Emirates or any... No, I'm kidding. Okay, we are all landing into the womb of our mother. Thank you, Daddy. Okay? And we are born. And when we are born, one sticker, another sticker. First is the name, first sticker. Second label, nationality. Third label, religion. Blah, 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 blah. Never stop, okay? And you don't even have time to breathe, to have your first breath, that you are full of label already. You have a collection of labels. And if I want to speak about me, I don't know for you, but believe me, I had a collection from the first moment when my father had to go to the administration to declare my existence while my mom was at the hospital. And started by this was very heavy already. Listen, my name is Sabine Poncelet, but on my paper, Sabine, Janine, Patricia, Nelly, Julia, Poncelet. Are you sitting? Are you comfortable? That's heavy, starting your life with this already. This was the first one. Then I was born as a Belgian citizen in Belgium. Then I was born Catholic, blah, 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 blah. And then they baptized. Did they ask my opinion? Never. I've been baptized. I'm Catholic, but who said that I had to be Catholic? This is a label. I'm sorry. I couldn't speak at that moment. You get my point? But if I had the choice, I would say, hey guys, I don't want to be Catholic. I don't want even to be Muslim or to be Buddhist. Leave me alone with that stuff. This is all BS for me personally. This is my own opinion. I'm not judging anyone. But again, it's label. And this is what is making trouble. And that is why we have conflict, starting with your neighbors, starting with someone who has a different nationalities or a different religion, or like we see for the moment, for land. It's only labels, nothing else. Now, how do you feel if I'm mistaken your nationality? Would you be offended? Or would you be okay? Are you so attached to your labels that if we take it out of you, you will become crazy and maybe you will enter in conflict with the person in front of you, and that this maybe will end in a war? Then no wonder why we still have conflict and many wars in the world. It's starting by us. Yes, you and me. Now, what I want to talk about with you is start to see what are the labels you are attached to, and the label you are not ready to give up, to let go. What are the labels that if we remove from you will make you really, really upset or in full hatred towards someone? If it's the case, believe me, it's time to look inside you and do a very profound healing, because what is going on around you in the world, including the world, not only your neighborhood, your country, your family, is the reflection. It's exactly mirroring what you have inside, how you feel inside you. If you feel at conflict, if you feel at war inside yourself, that's what you will experience in the outside world. Think about this because it's really important. I will give you an example about me that you will understand. Since I'm living in Dubai, and before I didn't have, this is my natural curl, but I was doing keratin, only God knows why, you know, women. Keratin, and I was blonde. Anyway, long story short, for many years, I was with keratin and I was blonde. But at that time, very, very often, people were coming to me and thinking, even the taxi driver, are you from Russia? I'm like, huh? Just no. Sorry for you. It would be great if you loved that, but no, I'm not from Russia. And many, many times I had people coming to me and speaking in Russian. Okay, fine, I'm happy. But for me, it's a compliment. You get the point? But I don't understand the language. With my name is the same, you know, still now. I have many people calling me Sabrina, Sabina, Sabine, or Sabine with the E at the end. I really don't. I want to say don't give a shit. That's what I have in mind, but let's finish the sentence. That's true. That's really true. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Because I'm not attached to the label. I know who I am. Yes, in this life I'm Sabine, but I'm much more than that. Yes, in this life I choose my father and my mother, and I choose to be born in Belgium. Don't forget, before incarnating, you choose your parents. In case you didn't know, I'm telling you, and you will stop to blame your parents for what is happening to you because you choose them. Starting from there. This is another label, you know. Anyway, now that's how it is. Yes, my name is Sabine because I need for the administration. I have a passport and I'm born Catholic. Yeah, if I could choose, I would born no religion. And yes, you need a name, you need a nationality because that's how the earth is. And you need to travel, then yeah, you need to follow the rules and that's it. But don't be attached to that. I'm not offended when people, and this is happening very, very often, oh my God, since many, many years, when I'm speaking in English, you can hear my accent. And many say, oh, which part of France are you coming from? And I'm like, sorry, but I'm not French, you know? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I say, no, don't be sorry. You didn't know. And because of my accent, we speak the same language. I have the same accent as someone who is a French person. What is the difference? We are human. We speak the same language. That's good. It's a compliment. You say I'm Russian. Okay, it's a compliment. You say I'm French. Okay, it's a compliment. You say I'm German. Okay, it's a compliment. I'm not attached to the label. And it's time for you also to understand that, yes, you are born with labels. You need it because it's a part of your paper and whatever, but don't be attached to it. If you lose it tomorrow, if someone mistaken your name, mistaken your nationality, or mistaken your religion, oh my God, oh, this is important. Years ago, I had friends and, you know, I never asked, are you Catholic? Are you Christian? I don't even know the difference, to be honest with you. I've been baptized, end of story. I didn't do the other stuff after, never. And I'm born Catholic and I'm born Christian, I don't know what. Anyway, that's what is written on the paper. And I just copy paste, okay? This is me. But that person was, I think, a Protestant. Sorry if I'm mistaken the label again, because she was attached really strongly to her label. And you know when it's, and this I didn't know, imagine I was 40 something. In my life, I never knew that the Christian are celebrating Easter at this date, and the Protestant or agnostic, I don't know, Protestant, whatever, I don't even know the difference to tell you, and I'm not interested in sorry, for me it's BS. It doesn't make any difference. They have one God for everyone, and that's it. End of story, you know. I don't like to enter in detail. And this made me very sad because I realized that this is creating conflict for nothing. I sent her a message when it's Easter. I was very happy, like when you send birthday. If you make a mistake on my birthday and you send me happy birthday, Sabine, 1 week in advance or 1 week later or even 1 year later, who cares? That's the intention, the most important part, you know? That's not that you arrive at midnight on that day to celebrate. Now, I sent the message and I was like, oh, wow, super excited because she has children and she was speaking about Easter like it's wow. For me, Easter, honestly, it's like Christmas. Okay, something is nice. You can do celebration. We can have a party. That's nice. You get the point. But I don't attach to it. If I celebrate Christmas this year, okay, and I don't next year, what's the problem? It's still me. I still love God and God still loves me. What is the problem? But for her, the problem was enormous. After I sent my message, she answered to me, you have made, not even hello, you have made a mistake. This is unacceptable. You know that I'm blah, 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 and our Easter is not the same as yours is next week. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, fine. From that day, I felt like, whoop, you know, I was like, wow. Whoa. I sent a request to God and I said, God, I'm not here on earth for this. This, for me, it's something that I can't comprehend. I had a good intention, and she's coming to me to create conflict, telling me that my Easter is not her Easter, and we are Christian or Catholic, I don't know what. And I'm like, wow. Even with the same religion is a big shit. Oh, forget it. From that day, I made a vow, and I said, don't send me anyone like this. I want to evolve and I want to be surrounded with people who are above that, who don't search for war, who don't search for conflict. And from that day, believe me, I've made a real vow because I said I made a vow, and I was in my conversation with God explaining this. My life changed tremendously and I started to attract different people, you know, in my life. And that's what I suggest to you, because if you want to change your life, if you want the world changing, don't stay with people who are like that. Even if it's in your family, I'm sorry, you have to cut the cords. You know, I would say clearly, I cut the cords with my father, and by the way, he helped me. That's not me who made the decision to cut the cords with me. But for many years, 25 years total, by the way, he decided to not speak to me for total BS. But my father was a man who is always at war with him. And probably that much my first learning was there to become who I am today, not be attached to labels, because, you know, I'm born in this family, and yes, I choose that parents because I needed a specific learning for my soul. Sorry, I'm burping because I'm drinking a lot anyway, and I've eaten before to that restaurant where the guy was attached to label. I will explain to you. This video is really transparent. Huh? You resonate with, you continue to watch until the end. You don't resonate, you swipe, and don't make a big deal about this. Okay, let's start with my father's, the biggest label in my life. And when I say I think I choose him, I'm not thinking. I say I choose him because I had a lot of learning to do in terms of acceptance. That was my biggest learning in life. And tolerance. He was the best example of being intolerant. Super racist. And I remember one day he said, one day if you have a boyfriend, you can bring anyone, but please, no Arabs, no black, no Italian, because in Belgium we have a lot of Italian. My ex-husband is Italian. My second boyfriend was Tunisian. Anyway, after my ex-husband, sorry. Anyway, I've done all the opposite of what he wanted. And this is why he cut me out of his life, because he could not tolerate that I was showing him the total opposite. I was everything that he doesn't like. Yes. Until finally grown up and he started to understand, but it was a bit late for him because he was already sick and he had already a cancer. And I saw him only for a few years after that. But believe me, I learned a lot through him in terms of tolerance, in terms of label, because he was in love with many, many labels. You get the point? And he would create a war for what I just told you before. First of all, before being your name, before being your nationality, you are a soul. You incarnated into a physical body for this life, for a specific learning. It's like entering in a movie and playing a role. Today, I'm the actor who's playing the role of Sabine. Let's say this way. But when I will leave this earth, I will realize that people were co-creating with me. Exactly like when you do a movie. You are the master of your own movie in this life. You create your own script. Then you can always change, including with the label. And what I want to say, if you have people around you who are so attached to label to the point that they are offended, or like I explained, my father was like that. But delete it from your life. You deserve much better than this. You are here to evolve as a soul, no matter what. Why do you need to accept things that are not resonating with what you have in your heart? When he was speaking about racist, because believe me, he was really racist, and maybe this is why I'm in Dubai, the spirit of contradiction, you see. But I was in love already with what is the Orient, and you get the point. I've never been attracted to any people who were white with blue eyes and blah blah blah. My father never understood, but makes sense. You get my point? Now let's forget the story with me. Lately I've been in a restaurant and I've mistaken that restaurant. You see labels. I stopped in that restaurant just watching the pictures, not even looking at the name of the restaurant, okay? I entered, I sat on the terrace, I look at the menu, and I see dal palak, naan, bread. Say, okay, it's Indian. No. No, was not Indian, was Pakistani restaurant. I don't make the difference. Then, of course, I cannot make the difference between an Indian restaurant and a Pakistani, because when I see dal palak, how do I know that it's Pakistani or it's Indian? Sorry, but that guy didn't take it this way. I made the order, and later on I finished, and he came, he said, how was it? Oh, that was very good. And then he started to question. And of course, Sabine, so naive, not knowing that she is in a Pakistani restaurant instead of an Indian one, I saw dal palak. For me, it was Indian label, you see? But it was not intentional. You get the point? Then I said to him, no, that's not the first time I've eaten similar things before. Not exactly that, because he gave me a breakfast and he said, try it. Say, okay, give me what you want, okay? I was really open to try. And then when I said to him, yes, I've eaten that type of food before, and he asked me, where? In India. He looked at me, the energy changed all of a sudden, and he said, here it's a Pakistani restaurant, and just to let you know, Pakistani food has nothing about with Indian food. That's completely different. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Really, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Yeah, you are in a Pakistani restaurant. Say, okay, sorry. Then I took the bill and I left. But I felt he was really offended. You get the point? Then you wonder why we still have conflict. That guy was attached to the label. Then I'm mistaken. I didn't do intentionally. But that's how it turns. And if I wanted to go deeper, I would be offended that he's answering to me like that. And I'm like, come on, leave it. And I let him alone with his own conflict. I didn't answer. And that's the best way. That's why really I suggest to each and everyone, when you are facing a situation like that, you see people who are closed-minded, leave it. Leave them for who they are. You don't need that in your life. You don't go next time. You go to the next restaurant. That's it. You get a point? When his colleague at work, you pass in front of, ignore. It's better to push on the button, delete, ignore, instead of responding to a situation, especially in terms of label, when people are so attached to it. I've seen some others who were not able to live without their car in a way that, oh my God, if I don't have a Porsche or Mercedes, it shows that I'm not succeeding in the society. Excuse me? I had a Mercedes, yes. I'm not less than anyone else. I'm not feeling, that's the point. I'm not feeling less than you because you are driving a Porsche. I don't care. I'm not impressed because you are driving a BMW and you park your BMW in front of my house and all my neighbors are like, Bentley. Honestly, this again is label and people are so like, zzz. This is why we have conflict. If you want the world changing around you, you have to start by yourself. Change yourself first. You don't need to wear a Gucci bag to be more beautiful, to be more important. Because if you have insecurity here inside, Gucci bag will not take the insecurity, away. Yeah, this is the reality. You really have to look at yourself in the mirror and recognize who you are, who you really are. You are not your Gucci bag, you are not your Mercedes, you are not your Bentley, you are not your nationality, you are not your name, you are not your religion, you are nothing. You just took an envelope, you just took a stamp, a sticker on your forehead that helped you to travel, to sign paper for the banks and everything, but that's it. You need it, yes, but don't attach to it. Stay true to yourself. You are who you are, and that it's enough. I'm telling you. I said that to a client recently, and since I cannot stop repeating that because that's an important statement. You are who you are, and that it's enough. You are an enlightened soul incarnated, into a physical body for this life. Next life will be another body. You can be a man today, you can be a woman tomorrow. I've been into life where I was a guy who was gay. When I've done past life regression, I saw it and I was laughing. I said, yeah, somehow I knew. But this is not my label. Today I'm a woman and I'm feminine. But maybe next life I will be a woman and I will be very masculine. I don't know what I will choose, because you choose your sex, you choose the fact that maybe you will change also sex if you have the possibility, because, you know, in 1800, this surgery didn't exist yet. We didn't have that technology, if you get my point. Many people who have their first life maybe as a woman who were a man can be lesbian, and same and vice versa. Some also are coming this way and choose that orientation as a type of life because they need a specific learning. because people around are a reflection of you. You get the point? Then let's stop for today, because I was speaking about label, but this is also a label. You know, it's like racism. When I speak about gay, lesbian, those people have been the victim of the population for many, many years. It started to calm down now. It started to be much better. But it was very hard work. Same for racism. Same for religion. Then, if you want to see the world changing, start with yourself. Start to change what you feel inside you. Start to change the type of thoughts, because what are you thinking when nobody is watching? Do you have the purest thoughts about you and others? Or do you have dirty thoughts? Look into the mirror at yourself. You will get the answer. It's time to move on. I hear many, many people telling me, oh, I'm spiritual, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Because you work with crystal, you are spiritual. Because you have a bracelet with crystal, you are spiritual. Sorry, this is not spirituality. Many people are saying this today because it's fashion style. I'm very transparent and sorry. You don't like the video? You swipe. Next. That's the reality. Don't say that you are spiritual because you work with crystal. Oh my goodness. This is not. Spirituality is working every day on your evolution and becoming better every day. It's not because you are spiritual that you need to be love and light. What about your fucking shadow? You need to integrate your shadow. You need to dig in the mud. You need to go back and work on your shadow, which is often the inner child, past life, your ancestor, and all that stuff. But many of them, I'm love and light. Yeah, and then you are escaping from the real work. This is spirituality. Going deep, deep down into the mud and you get the point. Going. Take it. Clean everything like into a washing machine until you are able to integrate your own shadow, like yin and yang. And at that moment, you get the wisdom. And when you arrive at that level, you can say, I've done the work. This is spirituality, is doing a constant work, never ending. Doing healing, yes, healing is never ending, it's all your life. I have many clients coming saying, how many sessions do I need to fix myself? Sorry. Even if you go at the gym and you ask a coach, say, how many sessions to get a chocolate tablet for my ab? He will laugh at you. Excuse me, but that's the same in my field. Healing is a journey, is not a destination. And that's what also you need to understand. Dig in the mud. And we have a lot of mud, believe me. I'm speaking to you today with my experience. I'm trying to pass the knowledge, but I don't pretend to be the best because I still have a lot of shit to deal with. I'm honest with myself. I can be very angry. Oh yes, I can explode. But today I accept that with myself. Because many years before I was like, love and light. Fuck. Fuck you. Love and light. What love and light? For many years I was repressing things, shut down, and then poof, it's boiling. Of course, it's asked to go out. You need to deal with that also. How children are doing it. When they are angry, they burst out. 2 seconds later, they smile. Finished. Now, that's what I do. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not feeling bad for that. I'm irritated by, I'm irritated by, that's not happening often. I need a lot. I need to have a very toxic person in front of me to go to that level, but it can happen, yes. But I'm honest with myself because I'm a human. Or some people will say, oh my God, if you work with energy, you love techno music? Oh, what is that? I thought you listened Beethoven and say, excuse me. Then I don't have the right to be angry because I'm a spiritual worker, or I'm a healer, or I'm working as a therapist. This is BS. I'm a human like you, and I have default like you, and I'm not better than you. Yes, you come to me for healing. It's because I have the tools that you didn't learn, but you go to learn that tools, you will have that tools. Done. I'm sorry. This is very transparent today because many healers will tell you A, B, C, D, blah, blah, blah. And you will be like, oh, wow. And you will become like a fan in front of Madonna or Michael Jackson. No, we are not better than you. And believe me, most of the time, people like me have suffered, woof, I'm not telling you, greatly. But we arrived at the level where we started to master yin and yang. You get the point? Shadow side. We start to integrate. And when you arrive at that level, you can pass the knowledge. And I wish you to do the same. I wish that you work deeply on yourself, that you dig deeper into the mud, that you find even more mud to integrate, that finally you gain a tremendous wisdom, that it's above everything, and that you can shine your light greatly. I really wish that for everyone on this planet. And I really wish that everyone will wake up and start to work in the inner being, inside you, digging, checking what is it inside that is still reflecting on my outside world. Thank you for watching. I will stop for today because I considered I spoke already a lot. And see you in the next video. Please feel free to share. Share with anyone that you feel it could be useful for them to watch this video. That we have always something to learn from each other's. Believe me, I'm still learning from my clients. I'm still learning from my friends. I'm still learning from life. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not better than you. The only difference between you and me is that today I'm coming on the camera and I speak publicly and I say publicly what many people are thinking in silence or want to do, but maybe are not ready to come on the camera. Then consider that I do it for you. Much love. Bye-bye.